I'm doing some research into the issue of fraternities and sororities and things and how they relate to, they're basically secret societies. I mean, the great fraternity that most people know of is the Freemasons. It's a fraternity, the Fatherhood of God, the Brotherhood of Men, the whole thing, fellow brother Freemason, and all this other stuff. Um, but I found this information right here, Kappa Alpha Theta. We call it CAT, kind of for short. And it talks about this is the very first of the a woman's fraternity, later called sorority. You can see that right here. Um, and again, this is just a basis for this. Not recommending Wikipedia across the board as final research, but just found something very interesting about this whole thing here. You go down through, and it shows all these different universities where they have chapters of the Kappa Alpha Theta, the CAT thing, and they use other Greek letters and whatever else. But you go down through here, see if I can find the one. There's a couple Jesuit schools in it, is where we're going with this, if you haven't figured that out. Baylor, Texas A&M, Dartmouth, there, Princeton University, Virginia Tech, Yale University has a chapter, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, chapter of this whole thing here. Johns Hopkins University, it's doing a lot of this devilment with all this pandemic stuff. Loyola Marymount University, there's a Jesuit school right there. Santa Clara University, Jesuit school. Let's say, yeah, private Jesuit university. Loyola Marymount, private Jesuit university. Georgetown University, private Jesuit research university. So, very interesting. But look at this, notable alumni. Some notable alumni of Kappa Alpha Theta include Laura Bush. That woman always just looked like she was half in a like disassociated trance, just sitting there beside George Bush and just, and then their two daughters, Barbara and Jenna, both also Kappa Alpha Theta. But look at this one right here. Amy Grant, the CCM great star here. How about that? I find that very interesting, very telling. And it really ties in with the thing of this thing I read years ago about Amy Grant here on av1611.org. And it's talking about how Amy's, has this music video that she did where she has hexagrams on the palms of her hands. I wonder if it's because she's part of a satanic sorority, initiated into a satanic sorority. But here's the actual video, and you can see right there, I'm not going to play the audio of it, but you can see the hexagrams on her hands. And it's this weird sort of veiled satanic stuff. It goes from her dressed in scarlet, kind of like the Mystery Babylon, Harlot of Revelation. Then it goes back to black and white and all this weird stuff going on, and that's what love is for. Okay, and it goes back to now she's got a different robe on, and she's got the hexagrams again on her hands. I mean, this thing came out in what, I don't even know when this thing came out, probably in the 1980s or something like that. Just right there in front of your face, she's dressed in a red, witchcraft robe and hexagrams on her hands. She's a member of a satanic fraternal order. So I just wanted to bring that out there. Stay away from this whole CCM thing. It's just filled with a bunch of witches and Satanists. That's going to be it. Thank you for watching.